Hello there, guys and girls. This is the Prussian Prince with a Total War Attila tournament match. It's going to be a TWCL Autumn 2015 League again. It is group stage. Group A match between TakisSakkis of Sith and houseplant of Wolf Clan. So this should be an interesting one for sure. Let's hit slow motion and get into the action. So, for the Jutes, we have Nordic Raid Leader Bronze 1 Gen with Brace, 6 Huskarls in total, and up front 6 Nordic Band. For the Cavalry contingent, 6 Nordic Horse Lords, looks like 2 gold 1, 1 silver 3. That is the same on each flank, it seems. Now, for the other Jutes, the Jutes controlled by houseplant, that is. Let's see. We have here the Nordic Raid Leader Bronze 1 General with Brace. Then we have on each flank, it seems, Thrall Skirmishers, and up front some Nordic Hurlers. Looks like 4 Nordic Hurlers in total with a Nordic Bow in the center. Very, very cool. In terms of Huskarl count, well, we see 6 of those. It looks like they're all just regular Huskarls, not royal. Then we have, looks like 6 Nordic Horse Lords in total. Alright, so this should be an interesting clash between these builds, because obviously this Jutes build is a rush. This Jutes build is a bit of a more of a stable Jutes build, I suppose, because of all the skirmishers. We actually have a bunch of skirmishers for this Jutes build. It is pretty insane. But we'll see though, because these Nordic Band will die quickly to slingers, but he may want to preserve ammo against Huskarls. We'll see how he's going to play it out. I wonder. Yeah, it looks like finally firing their ammo, but targeting Nordic Horse Lords with regular ammo not gonna do too well here. Should be activating Flaming. And these hurlers, they're just taking a very long time to actually fire. Looks like the Nordic Band are actually going to get in close and personal, if anything. But now the Nordic bows will pull back. These hurlers have not fired a single volley. Looks like now they're going to. And now they're just going to pull back. Nordic Band just slowly advancing forward, as are the Huskarls here. But Nordic Band's going forward. Looks like they're going to target the Nordic Horse Lords here. So the damage done will be severe with the Javelins. Ooh, the Javelins onto the Jute Nordic Horse Lords are insane here. And looks like they're going to get to charge here. No counter charge by the other Jutes. But this engagement starting off over here though. This is really bad for the Jutes though. But if they get their Huskarls in, which looks like it's going to be the case, this could turn around and be in favor of the Jutes instead. Huskarls starting the fight here before the other Huskarls come in, so that should be pretty good for the red Huskarls, for the red Jutes. Thrall Skirmishers though going around, and they could prove to be a huge problem for the yellow Jutes here. These Huskarls doing significant damage over here, but Thrall Skirmishers now, I wonder if they're going to be targeting the Cav or the Huskarls. It's going to be interesting. These guys are in an excellent position to target these Huskarls down, but now they're going to get charged by Nordic Band. This Huskarl over here not looking great though. Looks like this Huskarl followed up and did a lot of damage. Here it looks like a very similar thing. So the yellow Jutes overall are doing better in the engagements. These Huskarls are starting to go down. The Nordic Band here going for the Thrall Skirmishers, it seems. They're going to try and engage them, so these guys cannot fire anymore. Nordic Horse Lords, I wonder if they already used Headhunt. It would be important to know. But I mean, there's just 6 of them, so it wouldn't make a huge difference anyway. But the Nordic Raid Leader here engaging the Nordic Raid Leader, so the yellow Jutes are going to have a very good engagement there. And ooh, looks like they broke through here, through the red Jutes. Nordic Horse Lords charging the rear of this Nordic Horse Lord, as well as the Huskarls here dying. Very, very good for the yellow Jutes here, and more engagements happening all over the place. I mean, it was really bad for the red Jutes in the beginning because the Nordic Horse Lords did not get a charge off. that was really, really bad for the red Jutes in that because of that simple thing. So now let's look at the engagements over here. What more engagements are there? Well, not a lot more, because all these units are just routing off the field for the red Jutes. And just this unit in Headhunt, it seems, with like 2 men left and a couple of units coming back for the red Jutes, but at this point it's just like, yeah, it's kind of over. So these Nordic Horse Lords routing off the field, and looks like the yellow Jutes are going to be winning this particular game here. Let's just fast forward it to the end. Yeah, the Thrall Skirmishers did a good amount of damage, but it seems like it was not enough. Just the yellow Jutes doing significantly more, it seems. And these Nordic Hurlers, they did not fire until it was very late. Some of the Horse Lords just didn't do anything at all, because I believe 3 of them on the left flank for houseplant got charged by TakisSakkis Huskar, so that was not good for him at all. But yeah, that is game, so I shall see you in game 2. Currently 1-0 for TakisSakkis. This is the second game between TakisSakkis and houseplant. TakisSakkis is in command of the Saxons, whereas houseplant is in control of the Geats army. So this is going to be an interesting matchup. Personally, I like Saxons more. I think they have more tools and better tools than the Geats, but we will see. So the Saxons, we have Nordic Raid Leader, Bronze 1 with Brace. Up front we see 6 Nordic Band. We have, looks like a bunch of Heroic Cav on the field, just 6 Heroic Cav, no Horse Lords at all. And this Heroic Cav, let's see, on the left, 2 silver 1, 1 bronze 3. On the right, 2 silver 1, 1 bronze 3. And all the way in the back, looks like a bunch of Nordic Axe Warriors, 6 of them bronze 3. So very, very strong contingent there for TakisSakkis as the Saxons. Now houseplant, who's playing the Geats. We have a Nordic Raid Leader Gold 3 with Brace. Gold 3, that is pretty damn crazy. For the Cav contingent, we have obviously 6 Nordic Horse Lords. Looks like 5 of them are bronze 1. Up front we see 3, 4, 5 Nordic Band. And in the back we have 6 Nordic Axe Warriors and a Gold 3 Herdman. Interesting choice. 1 on each flank, actually. So I wonder how this is going to go. Obviously the Cav for the Saxons much better, as not only is it Heroic Cav, but it's also far better upgraded than these Nordic Horse Lords. So that's not going to go well for the Geats. Oh, it looks like 4 of the Nordic Horse Lords are bronze 1. My bad, this one is vanilla. And the Saxons do have an extra Nordic Band as well. But they don't have the Herdman. That is their problem. And their general is not gold 3. That is the main difference here. But I think it's gonna go okay for the Saxons here, to be fair. Because the cavalry is so strong here that it could just possibly blitz through the Nordic Horse Lords and just be alive and then pull out and then do a lot of damage to these Axe Warriors. But we will see. Yeah, probably what both of the players want to do here is just start off the engagement with their Nordic Band and then follow up with axes and cavalry. It's what's going to happen here. But the order is going to be important in how they start it. Looks like the 2 Nordic Band in the center for the Saxons are going to attack a single Nordic Band. Just a single attack order, because you don't want them to start running already, because they would become tired. These axes though are a bit far behind. They need to start moving up if they want to properly support the engagement for the Saxons here. Looks like they're now just gonna run up, but the thing is they're going to start wasting a bit of stamina. A Nordic Band here coming up. They have an attack order on this Nordic Band. Looks like they're just going to... The Nordic Band over here did get jabs off onto the Heroic Cavalry, so that is important. That it did a lot of damage to them instead. These Nordic Horse Lords are going to charge in. No, they're not. They're just going to try and go around the Nordic Band. The Herdman trying to flank. Interesting flanking choice. Here Nordic Band versus Nordic Band, but it looks like the Saxon Nordic Band should win here. Same thing over here. So Saxon Nordic Band much better than Geats Nordic Band. No, just kidding, obviously. But no support coming in over here. Oh, looks like we're gonna have a very nice cav charge by this Heroic Cav, killing the Nordic Band and doing a lot of damage to the Nordic Horse Lords here. But so far so good for the Saxons, I think. Even though all these units are wavering, it allows the Saxons to do very well with their cavalry. Now we need to see this cavalry unit engage here and then get supported by axes or something. Because otherwise this cavalry unit could charge into the axis and could be really bad for the Saxons. Here it looks like the heroic cav did not countercharge the Nordic horse lords. We need to see the axe warriors coming in though, and we need to see these guys pulling back and then charging into the horse lords because axe support is close by. It looks like last second cav charge by this heroic cav still going to deliver the charge bonus. The axe warriors here taking huge amounts of damage, but right now we should see the cav pull out and go around for a rear charge. On this flank though, definitely a good engagement for the Saxons, I believe. More cavalry still on the way for the Saxons, but here come the Geats. They're going to start flanking around with the Herdmen. There's more axes that are going to come in, so this heroic cav should start dying. But oh, the Saxons here, with this single unit, they're just going to break the center of the Geats. But it looks like they're just not going to go in because this fight is won anyway, so... and it's going to be won very quickly. This cav charge into the axe warriors is just going to do so much damage here. Very, very well done by the Saxons here with this cav charge into the axe warriors. And we should see the Nordic raid leader starting to engage in the fight himself. This one over here is also engaged, but he's going to start dying. The Saxons need to move out their cavalry and other axes though. Heroic cavalry over here is hanging on against 3 units. This is very good for it, but now we should probably see this unit charge the raid leader. Oh, it looks like no, they're just going to go for the axe warriors over here. Still not a bad choice. They're going to do significant damage to these axes. As you can see, the right flank for the Geats is going to not hold. This axe warrior getting charged by heroic cavalry, so it is gone. More Nordic axe warriors coming in as well. The Herdmen taking significant damage here. The Nordic raid leader is going to do well. And this general of the Geats is going to start dying. This heroic cav charge did so much damage, and now the Nordic band should come back soon and they will be able to support. Not looking great at all for the Geats here. Looks like the same thing happened on this flank. So again, much stronger cavalry for the Saxons and slightly better axe warriors in general, which made a huge difference here. And an extra Nordic band. I mean, sure, gold 3 Nordic raid leader, but it's so expensive. Plus, I wonder if it's worth it. Plus, Nordic horse lords are not as good as heroic cav, especially upgraded heroic cav. So, I think that was a pretty good choice here by the Saxons to do that. Now these herdmen over here, let's get some close-ups and watch them get destroyed by the heroic cav. Now they're running. And that is game, so TakisSakkis is going to take 2-0 victory against Houseplant. And wow, look at this heroic cav, so much damage done here, and his Nordic raid leader. So the Saxon Nordic raid leader got 3, not as many kills as the Geats. Looks like 3 more for the Geats. I mean, the general of the Geats. So that is an interesting fact. But yeah, that is game and match. So 2-0 for TakisSakkis, and hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to see more, don't forget to comment or subscribe. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. Share the video, and I'll see you next time.